What if your clients are responding to your energy before you even utter a single word? And what if the growth of your brand is directly tied to the alignment of your true self? And what if burnout, inconsistency, and resistance in business isn't poor strategy, but it is an energetic issue? I want to be clear. Today, I'm not just talking about chakras. I am speaking about lived integration. I've seen this truth show up in leadership, in healing, in wealth building, and in entrepreneurship. And in this episode of the Generational Rhodium, it is about embodiment, not abstraction. It's about how we show up energetically and not just tactically. Because business is not separate from the body, and how you brand is not separate from your nervous system. Great awakening, magnificent people. I am Jazmian D, and I want to welcome you to the Generational Rhodium. It is the media and healing branch of HWPLP. HWPLP stands for Health, Wealth, Prosperity, Love, Peace. We are a movement-driven investment firm dedicated to building generational wealth through healing, collective economics, real estate, and venture capital. Please take a moment to comment, like, share, and subscribe. It helps this information get to the people who really need it, and that includes you. This is our first episode of our new newsletter series, The Entrepreneur's Aura, Energetic Boundaries, and Business Growth. Now let's get into this magnificence. I need to ground something, because energy is not just some mystical fluff. It is biology and can be defined easily through biology. Your chakras correlate with your endocrine glands and your nervous clusters, in addition to your emotional patterning. When we experience trauma, chronic stress, and sustained pressure, our body becomes constricted. Our hormones are dysregulated, and our behavior loops, they form. And science confirms this. Chronic stress disrupts the HPT annex, and it affects the cortisol, insulin, and thyroid hormones. Long-lived nervous system dysregulation is linked to anxiety disorders, autoimmune system conditions, digestive issues, and cardiovascular diseases. And when energetic imbalance goes unaddressed for long enough periods, it becomes illness that shows up mentally, physically, and behaviorally. And this shows up in every aspect of your life, which of course includes your business. Because when energy is blocked, behavior, it compensates for that. And here is the energetic truth. When a chakra is aligned, your life, it flows. And in turn, your business, of course, it follows suits. When it is blocked, your brand, you, everything about you is compromised. I want to go deeper into the chakras, the first seven core ones, and really dive into what they mean, especially as they show up in business. So first, we'll look at the root chakra, your root. And that's looking at your financial foundation and your safety. Have you ever felt like money struggles, they seem to stay with you? Like money comes in, but it disappears just as soon as you get it. You stay busy and you never feel settled. You start things, you don't finish them. This might not be that you're not disciplined. This can a lot of times be that your root chakra is disconnected. And when it is, money feels unsafe. You feel undercharged. You accept anything. You hustle from fear, and you stay anxious around finances. So your survival runs the business. But when you are rooted and grounded in your root chakra, Money is stabilized. Decisions, they slow down so you can make them. Not from emotion, but from intention. And income, it sustains and you build for long term because safety creates capacity. Your second is your sacral. Your sacral chakra. You can't even see me. Your sacral chakra. Have you ever, sacral chakra is created to your creativity and flow. Have you ever sat down to create and you felt just nothing come to your mind? Just nothing. Ideas, they just feel forced. Your joy, it feels distant. You're just not producing with pleasure. It's just not coming. It's just not flowing. So you tend to maybe copy others because that makes it a little bit easier and you feel like you're in flow. But sometimes that leaves you to a place of burnout and you lose your spark because it's not yours. It's not your authenticness. And this is because your sacral chakra is disconnected. Sacral chakra is disconnected. But when it's connected, when it is disconnected, let's talk about that first. Your creativity is dried up, so that's why you copy others. Your work, it feels heavy. That's why you can't think it through. And you create from obligation instead of love and joy and just flow. But when your sacral chakra is aligned, ideas, they come to you before you can even want to think about them. They just flow. Creation feels joyful. Your work, it attracts naturally. You just flow. You're in a magnificent flow state. And you remember why you started what you're doing. Because pleasure becomes productivity when you are connected with your sacral chakra. Number 3 is your solar plexus. This is your leadership and authority. Easier. It's in this area. Have you ever known what you wanted to say, but you second-guessed yourself? You over-explained. You softened your power and you questioned the decisions. And this made you swing from different stages of control and collapse and uncertainty and just confusion. This is when your solar plexus is disconnected. You're in this state of people pleasing. You have this imposter syndrome that rises. Boundaries are weak. Confidence wavers. But when you're aligned, your leadership becomes clear. Decisions, they land. Authority is embodied. And you trust yourself without force. And your power is stabilized. Number 4 is your heart chakra. This is connected to service, trust, and relationships. Do you ever give endlessly but struggle to receive? Do you serve sometimes with quietly resenting it? Do clients take without reciprocity? And this is what you will see show up when your heart chakra is disconnected. You overgive. You martyr yourself. You fear receiving. And you build brands rooted in depletion. But when the heart is aligned, your trust deepens, your clients become loyal, giving flows from overflow, and relationships feel mutual. Not manual, mutual. And relationships feel mutual. Service becomes sustainable. 5th is your throat chakra. That's aligned with your communication and marketing. Do you know what you want to say, but you hesitate to say it? You post inconsistently. You water down your truth. You say what sells instead of what is real. This is your throat chakra. When it is disconnected, visibly, it feels scary. Messages are blurred, content feels forced, and voices shrink. But when it is aligned, your communication is clean, your marketing feels honest, your message resonates, and you are seen without self-betrayal because you're true to yourself, because the truth becomes magnetic. Your third eye is vision and direction. Do you feel busy but unclear? Chasing trends, jumping directions, consuming information without clarity? This is your third eye. When you are disconnected, your plans are scattered, your vision is blurred, your intuition is quiet, and your strategy feels reactive. But when it's aligned, decisions are sharpened, foresight is strengthened, intuition guides, they pivot, and you move in confidence because vision organizes energy. Number 7 is the crown chakra. It is the divine alignment and purpose. Have you ever asked, why am I doing this? Even while you're succeeding, do you feel disconnected from the meaning of what you're doing? Are forcing outcomes instead of just being in that state of flow? This can be a crown chakra. When it is disconnected, burnout sets in, your purpose fades, efforts are replaced with hardness, and success feels hollow. But when it is aligned, synchronicities appear. Truth returns, purpose leaves action, and you feel guided. You can hear that intuition. It returns because alignment restores meaning. These 7 chakras are just the foundation. And as HWPLP always says, we need to have a strong foundation before we can move through to anything else. And in that being said, many of us have a disconnection in these chakras. So the more that we can heal them, intentionally pay attention to the things that have been discussed, to shift that energy, to serve you, the better we can function as humans, the better we can function as a collective. Because expansion without grounding creates instability, and grounding without expansion creates stagnation. Your business, your work, your life, it doesn't have to be a new mask. It needs to be your energy aligned. The chakras, they are not isolated centers. These chakras do not operate alone. They function as a system. And as I mentioned, the 7 are the foundation. It's important to get that strong 7 foundation so that you can ascend and allow yourself to grow. So higher chakras are attracted to you. And then you become just a refined being. And you are able to ground. You are able to expand. And it becomes your natural state. Now, here are some truths. Your brand is your energetic signature. Clients respond to safety, which is your root chakra, creativity, which is your sacral chakra, authority, which is your solar plexus, trust, which is your heart, clarity, which is your throat, vision, which is your third eye, and alignment, which is your crown. It shows up in your business brand, your personal brand, your leadership presence, everyday interactions. Marketing is not a manipulation. It is a coherence. And when you are aligned, your message, it lands and it hits home. Here are 4 ways to regulate your time and ascend in your chakras. First, you can do a chakra check-in scan. That's a daily scan where you'll ask yourself, where do I feel tight? Where do I feel uneasy? Where do I feel something is not right? For instance, some people wake up in the morning and they have just this really, really strong neck pain. Or that can be, finish my statement. That can be an issue in your throat area, your communication, how you're standing up, how you're coming through. Some people wake up and they have this immense back pain. Depending on where that back pain is, it can be very much so connected to either your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and even your heart chakra. So pay attention to those places where you feel numb, you feel uneasy, you feel overreactive. Take a moment and breathe through those times. Reset yourself. And acknowledge it, because when you acknowledge it, you can clear it and grow from there. Second, you can do a breath work by using the chakras. When you're focusing on your root, you're slowing down your breath. It's a very slow breath. Inhales and exhales very slow. Very slow. Your sacral chakra is more of a fluent breath. So just slowing it down. Just 5-10 minutes of breathing. You have no idea how much that can change your life. Your solar plexus is strong exhale. So a light inhale. Try it. That's magical. Your heart chakra is a rhythmic, is a rhythm balance. It's just a okay. Your throat chakra is an audible sigh, similar to your solar plexus, but it's a Your third eye is a nasal breathing. And your crown is just a stillness. For your crown, it's great to focusing on holding your breath and staying in that stillness. Etc. Next, we have behavioral realignment. And that is when you match your actions to the needs. If you need rest, rest. If you're speaking and you need to speak with clarity, align yourself so you can. Use all the chakras so that you're moving, you're creating, you're pausing, you're doing all the things necessary in order for you to function fully. And number 4 is your energetic branding reset. And that's before meetings, before you post, before anything. Take a breath and ask yourself, which chakra needs support right now? Because when you post, you want to make sure that you're regulated, and you want to make sure that you're able to post from your heart, post from your soul, post from your throat chakra, which we said was communication and marketing. Post from a wholeness. Speak from a wholeness, not an unstable one. You don't need to become someone else to grow. You need to come home to yourself. When your chakras are aligned, your business stabilizes, your message clarifies, your impact multiplies, and you are your true self. Now let's close with the HWPLP affirmation. Heal your mind, body, and soul. Build the wealth that is your birthright. Live in full prosperity, love unconditionally, and be in a state of peace. And so it is, and so I am, and so it be. I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing this time with me during the Generational Rhodium. I am Jazmian D with HWPLP, and I absolutely, positively look forward to seeing you next time. So until then, peace, light, and love. Thank you.